What's up guys, PiePop101 here. Today I'm going to be showcasing the first 10 mods for Blade and Sorcery 1.0. So without further ado, let's get started. To start, I just want to say thank you to the Blade and Sorcery staff for letting me get my hands on this a little bit early so I can make all these awesome videos for you guys and even work on a couple of mods. But now, the very first one which I'm showcasing is a completely updated and overhauled voice commands. Just wait. So you know how if you merge fire, lightning together, you get your, I guess, flaming, molten lava Kamehameha, which electrocutes and lights everything on fire. You know how if you merge this, and you get, your black hole, singularity, supernova, whatever the heck you want to call it. I'll get to that in a second, why it spawned twice. And finally, if you merge gravity and lightning together, you get, of course, this gravity tornado, your Gravnado, which is super cool. So what I'm gonna do before I showcase some of the most incredible mods I've ever made is spawn in a bunch of enemies. The very first one is actually being able to use all of these with voice commands. So, black hole. And if we back up a bit, yeah, I did it. It's so cool. And I really love the fact that when you kill them, they drop loot. That's extra loot, another mod that I'm going to be showcasing in just a minute. So, now I know you guys absolutely love that because it's so incredible, but I've been playing with it for a while now. I'm used to it, so I wanted to make it bigger and better. So now we have giant black hole. Yeah, I did it. Oh my gosh, it's not even fair at this point. It was so much fun to make, and I absolutely love how it turned out. We of course have Gravity Tornado. Or you can just say Gravnado. Either one works. Heck freaking yeah. Check that out. Voice commands are pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. But what if you don't like that? What if it's too plain and boring for you? Well, that is when we use Gravnado Wall. I may have actually made 3 gravity tornadoes all spawn together. Now they just keep floating in between all of them, back and forth and back and forth, and it's overpowered. It is incredibly awesome and so much fun to use. Now, for this last one, I'm actually super excited to do this because I've never made a mod like this before at all. So, okay, I believe that's enough guys here. So you know how if you merge the fire and the lightning together, you get your lightning Kamehameha, whatever the heck you want to call it. It's pretty awesome. It lights stuff on fire. Well, I figured I had to make my own, but I wanted to tweak it just a little bit. So, plasma beams. We have these Iron Man repulsor lasers that come from our sides that not only hit everything and light everything on fire, but plasma beams. But they also burn enemies to a crisp. Look at this. Look at how charred they are. Oh my gosh. And everybody's dead. We have so much loot. Blade and Sorcery has just reached a new level. And just so I can showcase it to you guys from a bit of a different perspective, take a look at me right now and I'll show you guys where everything is. So, plasma beams. It's literally right up at your shoulders and it follows whichever direction your head moves in. And it's that simple. You turn it off. And as you can tell, it literally lights everything on fire. It is so much fun to use. But I figured, okay, you know, I've made a couple of these cool ones. I wanted to make some even cooler things. So, just wait for this one. Spawn Army.
Careful.
Alright, I'm gonna use some of these dummies to help us out real quick. So, you know, if you imbue this bad boy with fire, yeah, you swing it around, it knocks some flames here or there. It can even light them on fire, so watch this real quick. That's just normal 1.0 stuff. But if you press the spell button and hold it, you can light these suckers on fire. I knew that was something that I wanted to add in myself because it is so much fun. So if we drop this bad boy right there, just wait. Are you ready for this, guys? What I showcased in the very beginning for just a second. Flamethrower on. You can now shoot the flames directly from your hands. The same flames that you can from the staff. And to turn it off, all you need to say is flamethrower off. And it's gone. I actually love the fact that these glow. I'm pretty sure that's just a visual bug, but I think it looks awesome nonetheless. For Blade and Sorcery 1.0, those were the main features that I wanted to get working so that I could show them off and share them with everybody, just because I thought they were incredibly awesome. I will be making another humongous tutorial showcasing all of the voice commands features, but for now, let's move on because we have only gone over one mod so far. And just a side note, I want to say that I'm super excited to have hopped into Blade and Sorcery a little bit early so I could surprise you guys with all these mods. So, for now, the very first mod on this list is Extra Loot, and these are the default options. Basically, it allows extra loot to spawn when you're fighting enemies in both the arena, the Dalgarian dungeons, and for the Crystal Hunt. So, spawn army. Alright, now we have a bunch of guys. Summon Battle Axe. Here we go. Basically, you kill them, something drops from their body. Something drops. Can you just chill? Every time you kill them, a valuable drops from their body. It's completely customizable. It's mainly crystals that you can merge together to unlock all the different spells and all the different skills. Or, what you can do is weapons. So, we take this right here. Let's kill that guy. Oh, look at that. He dropped a nail. Oh, look at her. She dropped a blacksmith's hammer. And then this fellow right here. Oh, he dropped two. Look at us. Very nice. So you can customize that, or you can have them drop literally anything in the book, including barrels, the giant crates, everything. Just for fun. But I'm going to set that back to valuables because I really like when they drop little loot like the crystals. I think it makes it so much fun. And then you can customize what drops loot, so breakables or creatures. So if I just want to set it to breakables right now, well, let's break this bad boy open. Or maybe just use telekinesis. You smash it, looks like there were some coins inside. Let's take this. You smash it, oh, we got a crystal. There you go. It's as simple as that. I'm just going to set that back, and then despawning enemy on death. When you kill an enemy, it despawns them and spawns whatever loot it is right at their body. So I'll use this guy for this next one. Let's select fire, and you guys can obviously tell he is able to get moved with telekinesis even with fire selected. That is always telekinesis, and look at that, he even dropped the crystal for us. Always telekinesis. You can literally always use telekinesis on anybody. It does not matter who or when. You can just always use it no matter what spell. One that I know you guys really wanted, one of the first ones that I always make, is Autoload cheats. With a couple different customizations than before, we have invincibility, instant spell casting, which is now an option, so you can automatically do that, or it takes a second and then bam. Infinite focus, infinite imbue, I turn that off. Infinite arrows, bottomless quiver, free climb, easy dismemberment, fall damage, NPC armor, health fignet, stick jump, and then slow-mo time. It is exactly what you think. You start with whatever your customization settings are. Okay, for this next one, you guys know it. You love it. Spawn army. Obviously, I'm using voice commands, but we'll get to that in a sec. This one, ta-da! Ooh, look at that. We got an arm. Let's see. We got another arm. We got a head. Let's see. Can we get a hand? Stop running. We can get a hand. So, as you guys can tell, this is easy dismemberment. My dismemberment mod that I've been making for a very, very long time. That is, honestly, so much freaking fun to use, it's not even funny. Okay, now we have fast weapon handling. So, you grab the sword. Wow, it's actually pretty easy to move. You chuck it, you can move it around. It is a heck of a lot easier than it normally is. Or if you want to get a big blunt weapon like, oh, I don't know, let's use this old maul right here. Well, you can still move this bad boy super duper easy. And that is exactly what fast weapon handling is. It makes you move all of your weapons much quicker, much more easily. Oh my gosh, that is so brutal. Regardless of whether they're single-hand or dual-handed weapons, whatever. And of course, this one is completely customizable in the book as well. So if we go right here, there you go. For those of you that were struggling, that I made right before U12 ended, what you needed to do was delete your save, just because I had switched some of the values around while keeping the same names. But with this update, everything will stay as it is, and I do not plan on updating this at all, so there's no worries about that. And this next one, which you guys know, and I hope you guys love it because I put a lot of hard work into it, we have the Telekinesis Crush. So if you aim your telekinesis at an enemy's neck, so I have this lady right here, and you press both the trigger and the spell button, you completely dismember them, and then their body parts all get thrown together into a little ball and then exploded. And there we have your Telekinesis Crush mod. Hiya. There's nothing more to it. That's really all it is. You can customize whether or not you crush all the limbs or you crush just the bigger ones. So you notice that the feet are separated. Well, if you do it like this, so, hey pal, can you just give me your neck for a sec? Take a look at that. Your hands and your feet are still attached. It helps a little bit with lag, not a ton, but a little bit. And then a crush timer, which adds a delay for how long until it works when you do press the button commands. Along with that, we have better telekinesis, or just telekinesis, whichever you want to call it. Makes moving enemies around a heck of a lot easier. And you can chuck them super quick. Lots of fun to use. Same exact thing if you want to use, I don't know, on a crystal or something. Using telekinesis on whichever items you want. Those are a heck of a lot easier too. And of course you can chuck it. It's a lot faster than normal. One that I have been working on, which I'm super excited to show off when it's ready. It's not currently yet though. It's a combination spell. So when you pull the trigger and you shoot out like a fireball, that is when you have the singularity. And it explodes just like when I said black hole. So that is what it is for the fireballs. If you pull the trigger and then the grip, that is when you get your meteor, plasma beam, lightning, kamehameha, whatever you want to call it, out of each of your hands. And then finally, if you merge and pull apart, that is when you get your Gravnado to show up. So it's a combination spell that I have almost completely done. I'm still working on it, but I'm very excited with how it's turning out so far. This next one, if we get attacked by this lady right here, you guys will be able to see, we have better AI back in action. Although, when you parry, it's like a Dark Souls parry now with one of the skills, which makes them go super duper slow-mo, so you can do something like that. It's so brutal and so much fun. Better AI lets you completely customize how fast enemies attack. And I also did incorporate that into the voice commands mod, so if I wanted to spawn an enemy, and then I was to say something like, make enemies slower. Check this out. They attack much slower than before, allowing you to fight enemies much easier. So I did incorporate it into the voice commands mod. It's not exactly something you need better AI for now, although it does make working with it a little bit easier because you can customize it in the book, although technically you can with voice commands as well. So I'd recommend you get one or the other for the moment. And last but not least, I have not finished it yet just because it is a pretty big update, but my better performance will be updated for Blade and Sorcery 1.0 very, very soon, probably about the time that this video comes out, which the main features are despawns enemies within a certain amount of time that you can customize when they're killed, so it prevents lag. And the other best part about it is it decreases the amount of particles. So I'm actually gonna use telekinesis on these guys for a second, and I will show you the thing that causes the most issues for me. So when I use the voice commands and I use flamethrower on, we have our flamethrower and then plasma beams. And I'm actually gonna look at myself from far away. Just take a look real quick. When I do something like this, there are so many particles in the scene that even in my upgraded computer, I get a pretty decent amount of lag. So if I was to open up the book right here and take a peek, so if we go to our graphics, I'm getting 40 FPS with all of this. And that's not good at all. So the best part about it is it will cut the particles not only in half, but it will cut them into a quarter if there's too many. So something like that where there's so many particles that everything is causing lag. it really helps with performance. Although one thing that I am super happy about is if we use the fire spell and we shoot out the meteor, you guys know how much lag there was before. Well, now they changed the particles just a little bit. So if I showcase it to you again right here, it explodes. There's a bit of an explosion, but there is no humongous amount of lag with the particles. So I'm super happy about that. That was just changed in the base game. So those of you that struggle with that will no longer have those problems. But I believe that's it for this video. I've shown you guys the first and the best mods for Blade and Sorcery 1.0. So if you guys like this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. Thanks for watching.